So hello booktube. Let's join me on this video. These are my worst books of 2019. So some of these books I've read, I've hated. I've read because I knew I was going to hate them with one of them, but here they are. You're not going to like my list. I know I'm going to get some crap for this, but hopefully you guys enjoy them. So these are my worst books of 2019. Priory of the Orange Tree. This book was extremely hyped up, and is actually not a bad book. The first half, anyway. The rest of it is extremely tropey, very average fantasy that I've read 1,000 times before. Like I said, not a bad book, just tropey. It's been done. A lot of hype around this book was, oh my god, it has representation, it has queer female representation, I must read it and it's amazing and it'll get a free pass for being crap. And a lot of that was this book. That's what it got. That's how I felt about it, and it did get a free pass. It shouldn't have. If this had been any other fantasy novel, it would have just come and gone. The second half of the book is lazily written, it's not well done, and overall it's a disappointment. Not a great book, but not a bad book. Just average, generic fantasy. Didn't do anything new. Kind of bored with it now. Let's move on. Red, White and Royal Blue. Again, another book that got a lot of free passes because, oh my god, gay romance and politics. It felt like fan fiction gone wrong. It wasn't particularly well written, it was very unbelievable. It also was another gay book aimed and marketed to women. The cover alone screams chick lit. That's what it looked like to me. Pink, blue and all of that. Even the art style of the characters. It was dry, it was one note, it was a situation that couldn't happen, it was wish fulfillment, it was terrible. Although I did feel sorry for the poor writer when people tried to cancel her over not being a Taylor Swift fan, but that's a whole different story. Red, White and Royal Blue was a red, white and royal disappointment. Children of Blood and Bone. This book, again, was much hype and suffered from being overhyped. It was a very generic fantasy, and it got a lot of free passes, again, because rep. But it was basically the Zuko arc from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, it was so familiar. It was not an original book, it didn't feel it, and then the writer made a complete and utter fool of herself on social media with another writer with a book with a similar name. So that wasn't fun. But the book on its own was not good. I've avoided the sequel, I've heard it's better, but I have no interest in reading it. This was literally just Zuko fanfiction from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Kind of boring, kind of generic, overhyped. Not particularly well written either. Again, but better. Again, but no. This book caused so much drama in the booktube community, and a lot of people going, oh, people are only giving it negative reviews for attention, or oh, it gets some views, that's why small tubers are talking about it. No, it's a terrible book. Just because it was written by a member of the community doesn't mean it should get a free pass. This book is about selfish, horrible people doing selfish, horrible things with questionable motives to each other for the entire pages. It's also self-insert fanfiction in a literal sense. Literally, this is Christine. It's not a good book. It's not well written. It has a weird time travel plot. I can rant about this book for hours. It was bad, full stop, and it didn't do anything particularly interesting. She has the makings of a good writer, but this book is not good. Avoid at all costs. After by Annie Todd. Not only is this book one of the weirdest fandoms on the internet, it also caused a lot of drama. Again, this book started life as a Wattpad fanfiction. If something starts its life as a fanfiction on Wattpad, you know it's a problem. It was a Harry Styles one. Again, like Again But Better, After is about selfish, horrible, one-note people with little character depth and emotion. Basically, all they do in this book is small-town girl meets bad boy and ends up screwing his brains out for the entirety of the pages. Nothing happens. No, there is no story. It's just lots and lots and lots of sex. People that read this saying, oh, it's so fun. You know you can get this stuff for free on the internet. That's what Tumblr is for. You know, if you want to read porn, read porn. You don't have to spend your money on this tripe. So, I couldn't end this list. There were so many books that I wanted, but this is the worst book I think I have read in my entire life. Onision, Stones to Abigail. Onision is a self-centered, dysfunctional predator of YouTube. He is a sick and twisted individual, and hopefully he won't be on this platform for much longer. On the other side, his work is literally unedited, terribly written self-insert fanfiction. He stops a school shooting. He meets the president, all before chapter whatever. This book is a mess. Do not give him your money. Do not support him in any way. He is a despicable human being, and this book just shows you how damaged and sensitive his ego is. People offered to help with this book. It's not good. So there it is. Stones to Abigail by Onision is the worst book that I've read in 2019.